Hey guys, it's Haleigh here, and welcome to my first video. Today I'm going to be painting the Joragumo from Rising Sun. It's a board game with a ton of miniatures, and it's all like Japanese mythology. I haven't played it before, but I'm doing this for a commission, so yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, I'm just gonna kind of show you the card, show you what it looks like. This is the card for the Joragumo from that game. And then here is the model. Now I spray painted it black as my primer. I just used a Rust-Oleum primer or paint. It's a paint and primer. Um, yeah, I just used that as both of them. And then here we're gonna start with the emerald green from Two Thin Coats, and I'm just gonna coat all of the green. Like I'm just gonna put a nice thin layer on there, and I'll go back and do a second layer after that. Um, there's gonna be a lot of like little cuts and stuff because you know I will go to put paint on the plate and then realize I have to shake it, stuff like that. And I don't think you want to see the camera shake for 10 minutes of the video. So yeah. But yeah, so I went ahead and cut ahead a little bit into me painting. This is me putting the second layer on parts of it, and I really enjoy how this green turns out. And then I'm like touching up some spots that I missed, of course, which is always going to happen. Like you can see that entire middle section has no paint on it yet. So I'm just kind of hitting all that and getting my second coat on everything. Trying to make sure that you can't see the black through any of that green. Now, with this being my first commission, that does come with the fact that I'm not an expert painter. I mean, I'm using a paper plate as a palette right now. So I am very much new to the painting world. Like I kind of just joined as I joined 40K, which was about a year ago. But then I took a break for a while because I didn't have time to play, and now I'm getting back into it, and I'm really enjoying painting my models, and that's why I'm doing commissions. Is I'm enjoying helping people to make their models beautiful. So now I'm going in with the Sanguine Scarlet from Two Thin Coats, just covering the part that needs to be red. That's putting down the base coat over the abdomen, and then I'll go in on the legs too. Um, painting this model, there's a part where I realized that the I guess sac hanging from the abdomen is not like an egg sac or something, which already would make me kind of like squeamish because I hate spiders, like I said. But no, when I realized that that is not eggs, that is faces. That's I almost stopped painting this model. I almost like put it down for a while and came back to it because I did not want to deal with the idea that those are faces. So I don't go into a lot of detail on that. I don't do like the hair on them and stuff because they're like full heads. So here I just start working on the legs in general, just trying to get a coat on them. But I really went in aggressively with the brush because I was not having a fun time. Uh, spiders have all too many legs. I did do a second coat of the Sanguine Scarlet, this red, on the abdomen just to try and make sure you can't see the black through any of the red. And then I went over and started doing the second side, got a second coat on some of the legs and stuff. So I also went in and made sure to get underneath the legs and try and get as much of the underbody as I could. And then here I am going in with a pink. I was hoping the pink would be a bit brighter than it was, but I was taking this pink over the umbrella or the parasol that's supposed to be yellow, just to try and brighten the yellow once I go and do it. But it helped a little bit. It gave me a little bit of a base coat of something lighter than just the black. But here's that first coat of yellow going on, and it still was not as bright as I wanted it because this is also a very thin yellow, and it's a very very bright yellow. So it took multiple coats to get it how I wanted it. So here I went and coated the front and the back of her little hand fan. Just wanted to get that first layer of white down before I did anything else because I knew it was going to take a second coat because white. But I'm using the white star from Tooth and Coats. Next I went in and mixed the white from Tooth and Coats and the emerald green from Tooth and Coats together to do the ribbon on her back. It it came out like such a nice like mint color. I really liked it. So I'm hoping that I can like do that mix again or something sometime soon, but I just really enjoyed how it ended up, especially over the green. But I did stick my finger directly into the red paint still on the plate, and then I was super close to putting my paintbrush down into that red, but when I started painting, I looked and no, there was no red. Don't worry, it's okay. I did have to come in with a second coat of this green a little bit just to make sure that the green underneath wasn't too dark, but it wasn't bad at all. So I just went ahead and threw another coat of yellow on that parasol, and it looked so much better than it did before. I'm really glad I did the pink, honestly, because I think it did help, even if it was just because it was a lighter color underneath. And then I went in with one of the Tooth and Coats tans. I think it was Elven Skin. Um, I planned to go in with it and figured out like, all right, I'm gonna paint this color. Then while planning that out, I looked and I was like, oh, I didn't do these fangs yet. So I just picked up the brush with used the red that was still on the plate from the body or the abdomen. I should have touched up the mint that I accidentally got on the abdomen, but I didn't in this moment for some reason. I just don't think I did. But yeah, comparing like this is what the model looks like so far. It looks so good. I was so excited. And then here I just went in again for a second coat of the white on her fan, and then on the I guess sword it looks like that she has. Couldn't tell exactly what weapon it was, but I went in with the white on there just a little bit. Then I went ahead and mixed her skin color. It is half elven skin and half white star, but I did the elven skin just plain on like the extra set of hands that she has, and then on the face that's down below. here I go in and coat the heads on the abdomen. Just with that elven skin, just as fast as I could, trying to get the layer down so that I could be done with them for now. Yeah. After coating the faces, I went in and coated the stinger on the abdomen with that same elven skin. And then I went in and did like touch ups a little bit and second coats on the hands just to try and make sure that they were fully coated. Then, finally, for real this time, I go and mix the elven skin and the white star together and do her face and her actual set of hands that are holding the fan. And then here we get just a nice little comparison of what it looks like next to the card. Here I am then going in with this Averland Sunset. I'm going in on the legs to try and get the blend, but I was showing how I have to hold the pot open and then just scoop some out and put it on my palette because when I first started painting, that little tab I was annoyed with and I thought it was getting in my way, and that it wasn't helpful, so I took it off of like 3 of my paints. That tab holds the lid open for you, and I didn't know that because no one had told me that. So I just like tore it off from my first 3 paints. And then here I am going back in with the Sanguine Scarlet to try and make like a nice blend between the Averland Sunset and the red so that I can, blend the legs up from in between those 2 colors. And I did that on both sides at the same time. And here I finally cover up those 2 spots that I got mint on the red. Don't know why I didn't do it earlier, but at least it's covered now. And then I just compare the picture again to the model, try and get the camera to focus and it not. Here I go in with the elven skin yet again. I'm just trying to get like a second coat on the faces, the heads. They're so gross. But I just try to get a second coat, make sure the black's not showing through at all. here I went in and took that elven skin and white star mix and just put little dots on the abdomen. There's little like raised portions on the abdomen. So I went in and just put little dots of paint on there. I don't know why I did this because I do go over it with a shade. I mean, the spots are still brighter. I also messed up and proceeded to not cover it up, which I regret. But I mean, I'm not officially done with the model. This is just kind of the simple paint job for the model. But I'll be going back in on the models and going in with more detail later. Now here I do a quick kind of highlight-ish, dry brush-ish on the face, on the lower part of the body, just to try and like highlight some of the features of it. Then I went in with the Skaven Blight Dinge. It's like a dark gray, but I went on that on part of her sword, the not white part, and then I do go in on her hair too. I also went in and did the like handle of the umbrella, and then or the parasol, and then I realized, oh, the top shouldn't be completely yellow either. I should probably put like a little dot up there, and the underneath side has like the little bars on it. Yeah, I should probably fix that. So I went ahead and just tried to gently do a coat on there, like, and then I kind of gave up a little bit and was like, we'll just make it a dark circle. It'll be fine. It'll look fine. But again, this is just a simple paint job, and I'll go back and do more on the model at another time. So at some point, I'll upload a Joragumo Part 2, most likely. Here I am, going yet again in with that Sanguine Scarlet. I I feel like it is like half the model, but I'm just going in and coating like the fangs and on the front and making sure that I got everything, tidying up a little bit like around the face because I definitely got some elven skin where it did not belong. And now here I am going in with a gold. It's the Auric Armor Gold. Just on the end of the sword, I noticed like very last second that it had this little bit, and I was like, okay, I gotta get this done. I will tell you, this is one of my least favorite golds, but I love how bright and how yellow it is. So I love the color. I hate working with it. I also went ahead and did like some gold on her hair pieces. She has like two hair sticks in, and then not like a headband, but there's a piece along the front, and I know there's an actual name for it, and I feel bad that I don't know it, but that's what that is. That's what I'm doing. And then I did the front and the back of it, made sure it all looked nice, but I did that in gold. I also went in and on her abdomen there's like not a half moon, but like half an oval on her abdomen that's in gold. And then the inside is like brighter red. So I went in and did the gold line of that. I did it a little thick, and then I was like, I'll just cover it with the red and make it thinner. And it looks okay. I was looking at it from the top and I was like, this is not symmetrical at all. So I just went in and made it wider and wider. And I was like, it's fine. I'll put this away. And then I'll put the red that I actually want, which is the Mephiston red on it, which is a lot brighter than the Sanguine Scarlet that I was using. But I took the Mephiston and I also did like the little spiders that are on her body because she's got little baby spiders just crawling up her. But here is that part of her abdomen. Like I've said before, this is just a simple paint job. I'm not an expert, not a professional. Uh, this is just me doing a quick commission for somebody. After that though, I did go in with this Flesh Terrors red. It's a contrast, so it's thinner, but I went in with it just to darken the Sanguine Scarlet a bit and deepen the different parts of it. So this is what I was talking about when I said I was going to go over the little like light spots I put on the abdomen. But I also like put this in like the corners of where the legs connect to the body to darken that a little bit, give it some more depth. And then I threw some on the underbelly too to darken that even more. And now here I am going in with just a little bit of Agrax Earthshade to give the fan some depth because I didn't want it to be just stark white. I wanted you to be able to tell like there's some depth to it and stuff. And when I started doing it, I actually had way too much on the paintbrush, so I'm just like wiping it off to redo the highlighting. So I went ahead and used some Agrax Earthshade on her hands, both sets, her faces, and all the heads on the abdomen too. I even threw it on the stinger too. And then here she is. So thank you all for watching. It was really fun. I've had a good time editing this too. So yeah, talk to you later. Bye.